There we go. Well, good evening, good morning. Thanks for joining me. It could be helpful to have a pair of blocks or one and a blanket nearby as usual, just within arm's reach. Got my cat bed set up so that hopefully my cats will go there. And well, let's come to a comfortable seat on our mats. We can sit crisscross. I like to have one ankle in front of the other. You can also sit on the heels on your feet, Zen pose, if that's more comfortable for you. Or you could even be lying down. Take a block, place it under my hips, just so I have a little bit of a boost here in the Zen pose. And just take a moment to arrive on the mat, finding a comfortable seat, and just enjoy a few inhales and exhales. Begin to notice your breath, your breathing. Begin to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Inhale. Really feel the lungs begin to expand. Let the belly relax. As you exhale, pull the belly in to expel the air. Inhale, relax the belly, giving space for the diaphragm to expand as your lungs fill with air. Exhale, gently pull the belly in to expel the air. Two more breaths, just observing the movement of the belly, the diaphragm, the lungs. Feel the shoulders gently fall away from the ears. Feel the head lifting, the spine straightening as you inhale. And as you exhale, gentle release anywhere. Begin to notice the sensations in the body. Tops of the shoulders, the arms, forearms, hands, the chest, the waist, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Bring your attention to the mind. Notice what thoughts are there, or the quality of the thoughts. If you've had a busy morning or day so far, you might just enjoy these next few breaths. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anywhere. Just where you need to be. Doing just what you need to do. Breathing. Finding a deep inhale through the nose, really fill the lungs with air. One more sip of air. And as you exhale, releasing the lists, the thoughts, anything that might be distracting you from noticing that you're here on your mat breathing. Bring the hands over the belly if you'd like. And take a moment to find something you're grateful for, big or small. One thing that made you happy this week. Good. Gently open the eyes if they were closed. And we'll come into butterfly. So if you're on your block, just move it out of the way. Bring your feet in front of you. The balls of the feet, the big toe, and the heels touch. And gently let the knees open out to the sides. You can bring the ankles close to the hips, or they can be further away, whatever's comfortable for you. If you'd like, and you have blocks or something like blocks, you can place them under the knees if you feel a lot of tension on the inside of the legs. That can feel nice. We'll just be here for a few minutes. Noticing our breath and the subtle changes in the body. Option to gently close the eyes or keep them open. Soft downward gaze. I like to place my hands on the ankles, but you can also place them behind the hips if you'd like to lean back. Taking whatever variation on your butterfly. As we settle into our practice, noticing the thoughts, letting them go. Observing with curiosity, not judgment. Enjoying 5 to 10 more breaths here. With each inhale, inviting ease into the body. With each exhale, releasing joy. Inhale, opening the eyes and lifting the gaze. And maybe adjust your feet to your legs so they're crisscross. Or gonna set up to do some neck circles and some shoulder stretches. So whatever seat would be comfortable for you to do that. Inhale, sitting up just a little bit straighter. Exhale, let the shoulders fall down. Shrug the shoulders up and down. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, release them down. Shrugging up, releasing down. We spend so much time typing, holding our phones that the muscles on the tops of our shoulders, at least for me, get really tight. And doing by deliberately contracting the muscle and releasing it can help it to relax, lengthen. Last shrug. Maybe give your shoulders a little wiggle. Give your head a little bobble. A bobble head, those little figures that were so popular. And now we'll do some shoulder circles. So shrugging the shoulders up, down the back, and forward, up, down the back, and forward. Adding the breath if you'd like. Inhale, shrugging up. Exhale, shoulder blades down, together, back, opening the chest, and then forward. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades together, open the chest, shoulders down, and forward. Good. Releasing the shoulders, maybe give them a little shrug. And we'll change directions. Shrugging the shoulders up, inhale. Forward, down, exhale, and back, opening the chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, down. Pull the shoulder blades together to open the chest. Inhale. Shoulders move up. Exhale, shoulders move forward and down. Shrugging up, forward, down, back. On the back, pull the shoulder blades together to open the chest. Inhale. Shrug shoulders up. Exhale, down and forward. Moving at your own pace. Circles can be big or small, fast or slow. And different things work on different days. But last one, then shrug the shoulders up, release, a little wiggle, bobble your head. And we'll take some neck circles. So we're dropping the head forward. We'll start with half circles. So shoulder to shoulder, right ear, right shoulder, inhale. Exhale, release forward. Left ear, left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, release forward. Moving just like that from side to side. The movement of your breath syncing with the movement of the body. Just like you're dancing in sync with your favorite song. Last one each side. And then releasing the head forward. Let it dangle. Inhale, lifting the gaze, looking up to the ceiling or the sky, reaching the chin up. Good. Release the head forward. Inhale, lifting the gaze, looking up. Feel the front of the neck stretching out. Exhale, release forward. Stretching the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the head up, gaze up, chin up. Exhale, release the head down. Last one. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, release to neutral, whatever feels normal, and wobble your head if you'd like to, wiggle the shoulders. No need to hold static. And get the head a little shake, a wiggle. Good job. Okay, next we'll do full circle. So putting it all together, dropping the head forward. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, gaze up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Release the head forward. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Gaze up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Release forward. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Gaze up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Release the head forward. Do more like this, moving on your own. You might make little circles or big circles. Just find a movement that feels good for you. And next time the head is forward, leave it forward. We'll change directions. Left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, look up. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Release the head forward. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Gaze up. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Release forward. A few more just like that. And next time the head comes forward and down, leave it there. Inhale, lifting the head up. And wiggle your head. Jiggle the shoulders. Wiggle your shoulders. Just so that whole neck shoulder area feels a little loose. Good. Now we'll cross the right arm over the left. Bend the left elbow. Getting into that right shoulder. Dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder if you'd like. Enjoying 5 breaths here. First, bring your left ear, left shoulder. Other way, right ear, right shoulder. Yep. So you're stretching here in the left shoulder and then opening up the right side of the neck too. Inhale, lift the head up, release the arms out to the sides, and you reach them up and down, crossing the left over the right, bending your right elbow like a sling or a shelf for your left arm, and gently apply a little pressure until you begin to feel a stretch in that left shoulder. So through here, just the beginning of a stretch. And if you would like, dropping your right ear, right shoulder might help get into the side of the neck for you. You may need to look down or forward, just finding your perfect stretch. Enjoying 5 breaths here. Inhale to lift the head, open the arms, you reach them up. Exhale, release them behind you. maybe interlace the fingers behind the back. Or grab opposite elbows and gently open the chest. Maybe it's looking up. Just a few breaths here as we ease into our practice. We'll have another opportunity to open the chest. Releasing the arms forward. And we'll lift the right arm up, drop the hand behind the shoulder, grab the left hand to the right elbow. And just feel the weight of that right elbow in the left hand. Beginning of the stretch in the back of the arm, the shoulder. In our yin practice, it's like every little stretch in the hour or so we spend together is cumulative. So maybe in the stretch, you're not feeling so much, but at the end of class, all of that adds up to a lot of tension. It's like a lot of drops in the bucket. And now releasing both arms up, out to the side. Wiggle the neck and shoulders a little bit. Maybe you change the cross of your feet. Your legs are crossed. And now reaching the arms up. Drop the left hand, left shoulder. Drop the right hand, left elbow. Just feel the weight of the left elbow and the right hand. Maybe a little stretch in the back of the left arm, the left shoulder maybe. Option to close the eyes and just notice what the mind is doing. Sometimes when we get into a posture or a position that is uncomfortable, our mind distracts us. But maybe we can be curious about that discomfort and be okay if we're uncomfortable for a minute. Inhale, reaching both arms up. Exhale, release them down. Shoulders up. Anything that would feel nice, a wiggle. Keeping things loose. And we'll come onto our hands and knees. And we'll set up for a wide leg child's pose. So bringing the knees as wide as the edges of the mat, your big toes touching, if that would feel comfortable. You can also have the knees underneath the chest, under the belly. Inhale here, exhale, push your hips back. Dropping the forehead to the mat. Arms reaching forward. And then bend the elbows, lift the hands into prayer over the head. Maybe you drop the hands to the tops of the shoulders. Whichever feels better for you.
Releasing the hands in front of you. Inhale, lifting the forehead, lifting the chest, the hips back to your tabletop. And we'll inhale, extend the right arm out to the side. Exhale, thread it underneath the left arm, shoulder. And sit the hips back. That right palm can be facing up, or I like to have it facing down, touching the ground. And bringing the right shoulder onto the mat. And gently leaning on it, lowering the head. Maybe relaxing that left elbow to the mat. Keeping the breath steady and even. Releasing the thoughts. Just letting them float away. Inhale, lifting the head. And gently lift the chest, bring the right arm forward. And we'll change sides. So inhale, extending the left arm out to the side, and then threading underneath the right shoulder. Maybe you place the left palm on the floor. Sit the hips back. Rest the shoulder on the mat. Bring the left side of the face to rest. Observing the sensations in the shoulder. Is there anything you could do to be 5% more comfortable? Deepen the inhale. Lengthen the exhale. 5 more breaths. Bringing the right hand towards the face, pressing into the right hand, inhale, lifting off the head, unthreading that left arm, and coming up into your table. We'll tuck the toes and lift the knees into plank. And inhale, pushing the hips up and back to down dog. Bending the right knee and looking under the left arm. Straighten the right leg, bend the left leg, look under the right arm. Inhale, bring the head to center, straighten both legs, lift the heels, push the hips back. Maybe the heels get a little closer to the ground. Or maybe you have the knees bent. And gently walk the feet to meet the hands. The feet underneath the hips, so that's about 2 fists between the feet. Grab opposite elbows here. Bending the knees a little or a lot. Maybe you make like a shelf with your thighs for the chest to rest on. Grabbing opposite elbows. Maybe you sway just a little bit in your dangle. Your ragdoll pose. This doesn't feel good. You can do this on the ground. So our caterpillar pose. We just sit down, extend the legs long, gently fold over the legs. I'm going to take the standing variation, the dangle. And if you need to, finding a little wiggle sometimes, a little wiggle in the hips or the shoulders, and just help to release things, bring the ease into the body, and then finding stillness. Slowing the movement down. If you would like, you can release the hands, maybe they'll rest on the ground. Enjoying 5 more breaths here. You might experiment with trying to straighten the legs by pulling up on the thighs, engaging the quadriceps a little bit. And gently straighten the legs if you can. If you can't, keep the knees bent. Our last little wiggle here upside down. On an inhale, begin to roll up Slowly stacking one vertebrae on top of the next, the shoulders, and then the head. Maybe you shrug the shoulders up, down, and back. Little shake, wiggle, get fluid. Maybe make an adjustment. And we'll come into a squat. Or if squat isn't in your practice, you can come into a butterfly. So we'll start with squat. So you want to take your feet a little bit wider than the hip width. So for me, that's probably like 4 fists across. I like to gently point my toes out. So from my heels to my toes, they're pointing outwards. It just feels good for me. And it might be nice if you have a block, you can land the hips on the block too. So inhale, sweeping the arms up. Bring them to prayer overhead. Exhale, come to heart center. Begin to sit the hips down, bending into the knees. Stopping wherever is comfortable. Maybe you bring the elbows to the insides of the knees. Inhale, lengthening the spine. If you'd like using a block, maybe I like to use it on the second setting. You can place it underneath the hips. Give you just a little bit of support. You can also use a rolled blanket. That might help stretch out the hips and the thighs. If this doesn't feel good, all the way down onto your seat into butterfly like we started with, and bring the heels as close as you can to the hips. So I'm going to take squat and just set up into that again so you guys get to see it twice. And inhale, lifting the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, sitting the hips down, drawing the hands to heart center, and noticing you get a little stuck like halfway down. That's okay. I'm human. I'm just noticing the sensations. I'm going to use a block under my hips. Bring ground a little closer. The hands can be at heart center, or you can release the arms out. Fingertips on the mat. Just trying to gently open the knees to either side. The spine mostly straight. A soft downward gaze. If you find your heels are lifting, you could also bring them mat closer. If you have a blanket, you can roll it, or you can fold your mat and place the heels underneath. I'm going to stay on the block because that's what's best for me. But know there are variations, and you can take whatever would make you a little more comfortable. I don't want to make you suffer too much. Enjoy 5 to 10 more breaths here. And when you're ready, if you need to come out sooner, you're welcome to. The body said that's enough. Listen to the body. Or maybe you can sit with a little discomfort a little longer.
you're ready to come out, two ways. You can gently sit, just place the hands behind you and kind of sit back all the way, or you can press into your feet and lift all the way up if you have that range of motion. And either way, we'll be coming back onto our seat. We're going to come into a toe squat. So what that looks like is we're going to tuck the toes, come onto the knees, and gently sit the feet back. And you want to get all the toes, even your little toe, if you can. Maybe use your fingers to help tuck it under. Or just rock back, get all the toes touching the ground, and then gently rest my knees forward, using any padding if you need to under the knees to give them a little bit of cushion. And we'll come into eagle arms or cow face arms. So we'll just take eagle arms. So inhale the arms out in front of you. Cross the right arm over the left. Bringing the hands to the shoulders. The elbows are stacked one on top of the other, or lifting the arms so they meet. Maybe the hands interlace, coming into eagle arms. As you inhale, feel the body lengthen, then you just lift up a little. As you exhale, gently sitting back. And the toe stretch is intense, so if you need to, untuck the toes. If you would like, you can drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And that's enough toe stretching for me right now. I'm just going to untuck them. The elbows gently moving with the movement of the breath. So as your lungs inhale, maybe the elbows lift a little bit. And as you exhale, maybe the shoulders fall down a little bit. Notice what's happening in the shoulders and elbows. And maybe you can let a smile come across the face. Maybe you make a goofy smile. Being curious like a kid, making these strange shapes with our bodies. Maybe gazing up or down. Observing the sensations. Being present for every little twinge of discomfort or trying to keep the spine straight, the head on top of the shoulders. Enjoying just a few more breaths here. Bringing your attention to the right shoulder. Inhale, unravel the arms, reach them out to the sides, reach them out to the head, overhead. And exhale, release them forward. Giving your head a little wiggle, shoulders a little shrug. And do the same thing on the other side. So starting with our toe squat, bending all the toes, leaning back, rolling over the balls of the feet, and then resting the knees again. And yep, it always feels intense. It's just kind of like that. Well, here we go. Inhale, lifting the arms in front of you, crossing the left elbow over the right. And bringing the hands to the shoulders, or crossing the forearms, maybe the palms of the hands meet each other. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, feel the shoulder blades gently fall down the back. Inhale, the spine lengthens. Exhale, releasing. Sitting with the discomfort for just a little bit. Maybe just one more breath. 4, 5. Steady breath, steady mind. And if you need to, untucking those toes and sitting the hips back. Lifting the head so it's over the shoulders if you can. Nice straight spine. Observe the sensations in the shoulders. Maybe you drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Enjoy 5 more breaths here. Maybe think about something that makes you happy, find a little smile. It's so great that all I have to do right now is focus on my breathing and the sensations in the body. On your next inhale, releasing the arms, reaching them up. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. And we'll extend the legs long. Wiggle the feet, wiggle the legs. We'll do cow face arms. So you have the option here, if you have the flexibility in your hips, maybe it's the end of the day or the hips are feeling good today, to take full cow face or just shoelace. So your options, the legs can be out straight in front of you, or you cross one leg, maybe your right leg over the other, coming into half shoelace. So like you've got 2 laces, you're about to tie a bow, cross one over. Now, if you're taking full cow face, you bring that left foot to the right hip. And the right knee is over the left, stacked. And I'm not really sure about that today, so I'm just gonna take it easy. Keep the left leg out in front. Inhale the arms in front. Now the right leg is over the left, so we cross the right arm over the left. Oops. You can take eagle arms, like we just did, or you can take cow face arms. So cow face, you lift the right arm up, you drop the hand, bending the elbow to the top of the shoulder. Good. Inhale, reaching the left arm up, you hold the right shoulder, the right elbow, keeping the head up. Staying here, or if you'd like to try cow face arms, both arms, you'll extend the left arm out, reaching, stretching, and then bring it behind you, bending the left elbow behind the back, and then you reach that left hand up between the shoulder blades, and maybe the fingertips find each other. So what that looks like, the arms, I'll do that again for you, either hanging out here, your half cow face arms, or reaching that left arm out, stretching, 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 Bend the left elbow, turn the palm so it's facing outwards behind the heart. And then reaching that left hand until it finds the right. And maybe the fingers interlace. Maybe they don't. You can also just leave that left forearm resting on the hips. Finding whichever variation works for you today. So for me, I'm kind of working towards cow face. I'm sure someone else out there has a better looking cow face, but this is what mine looks like today. So, and what is better? I mean, cows aren't particularly beautiful animals as far as aesthetics go, but you know, they're cute. So I still haven't figured out why they call this cow face. And observing the discomfort, the sensations in the shoulders, the hips, and also the mind playing tricks on you. Keeping the breath steady. Counting the breath if you would like. So inhale 1, exhale 1. Using the count to be fully present with your breathing. The number is drowning everything out. And releasing the fingers. Inhale, reaching the arms out, up, out to the sides, extending the legs long. And we'll do the same on the other side. So maybe the legs are out straight in front of you. Maybe you come into half shoelace, you bring that left foot next to the right leg, the right hip. Maybe you can bring that left foot next to the right hip, next to the left hip. And get your knees stacked. That's the direction you're moving towards eventually one day. And finding this side might feel different than the other. Just finding that right variation for you. If you're new to this pose, I recommend the half shoelace variation. And if your shoulders are tight, I really recommend half shoelace. So inhale, reaching the arms up. We'll drop the left hand to the left shoulder, drop the right arm, the right hand to the left shoulder. Staying here, or if you would like, taking that variation. So if you'd like to come into full cow face arms, inhale, reaching the right arm up, out, stretching out, reaching through the fingertips, and then bending the right elbow, bringing that right arm behind you. Maybe it rests on the hips, or maybe the right hand comes between the shoulder blades. And this side will feel different than the other, so I can't quite get this side today. My fingers are almost touching, but not quite. It's okay. Each side is a little different, so my left hip feels a little more open than my right. Maybe the left shoulder, the right. Find where you're breathing, check in. Finding a deep inhale here. And a long exhale. Enjoy 10 more breaths here. So counting back from 10 if you would like. Inhale 10. Exhale 10. Inhale 9. Exhale 9. 8. Eyes can be closed, or the gaze can be forward. And on the next inhale, release the arms out to the side. Maybe flex the hands. Release the legs forward and the hands to either side. And wiggle the legs, wiggle the head. And if you'd like, bring the hands to the head and just giving yourself a little scalp massage. Maybe massaging your temples, around the ears. Maybe you make little fists, gently massage the neck. Wiggle your head and notice how the shoulders are feeling. And we'll come on to hands and knees in our tabletop. And we'll come onto our bellies. We'll bring that right leg bent at about 90 degrees out to the side, coming into our half crocodile. Lowering the chest, arms bent 90 degrees, bring the left cheek to the mat. Into our half crocodile. This is also called sleeping baby sometimes. The baby sleeping in its crib. Enjoy 5 more breaths here.
Extending the right leg long. Bringing that right hand by the right shoulder. That left arm can be bent or it can be straight. The left elbow should be at the same height as the left shoulder, maybe an inch or two higher. And we'll just roll onto our left side. Finding a stretch in our left chest and shoulder. My left arm is bent, which is a bit more of an intense stretch. If you can straighten your left arm, you might find you may want to bend the right leg and plant the right foot behind the left knee, which I can't do right now. But just notice the sensation of the breath. You need to ease off. Come back to a place where it's easy. And then gently ease in the other way. Enjoy 5 more breaths here. Gently roll back onto your belly, extending the right arm out at 90 degrees. Keeping that right arm bent or extend the right arm straight. And make sure that right elbow is at shoulder height or maybe an inch or two higher than your shoulder. Inhale, lifting the head and bring the right cheek to the mat. Place that left hand underneath the left shoulder. And gently roll onto your right side. Stacking the left leg on top of the right. Staying here. Or, as you ease into this posture, maybe bend the left knee, plant the left foot behind the right leg. Straighten the right leg, if you can. And you can leave that left hand either on the mat or bring it to your left thigh. Or even bend the left elbow and the left hand rests on the mat behind you. Now, if that right arm is bent, I'll probably just be stacking the legs. Deepen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. Enjoy 5 to 10 more breaths here. Come out whenever you feel ready. Inhale to lift the left arm up if it was wrapped or resting on the left thigh. Bring it over to the right, to the left. Drop the left leg, stack it on the right, and roll onto the belly. Moving forward and bring the right arm underneath the right shoulder, left under left, coming to the Sphinx. Reaching through the back, through the toes, lengthening the body. The feet can be close together or as wide as the mat. I like them about hip width, so not super close, but not super wide. Feels good on my hips, but do what serves your body. We're all put together just a little differently. The elbows underneath the shoulders, the wrists in line with the elbows, the palms face down. Inhale, lifting the crown of the head. As you exhale, feel the shoulders drop down the back, maybe the shoulder blades moving closer together, and the chest, the heart opening forward. Bring your attention to the lumbar area of the spine, just above the hips. If you feel some crunching, move the elbows in front of you or out to the sides and lower the chest just a bit. You can always ease the elbows a little closer together to deepen the stretch. So in Sphinx, we're lengthening the front of the spine. The spine can move in at least 6 different ways. Gently pressing through the elbows, the forearms. Like 2% effort here. It's kind of an active yin pose. So even though we're finding rest and ease, there's just a little effort exerted to keep us stable. Notice how the hips feel against the ground, belly, tops of the thighs, tops of the feet. Good. Bring the elbows out to the sides and lower the chest down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, gently pressing up and pushing the hips back. So child's pose. The knees can be, I recommend the knees in to support the belly just a little bit. And dropping the forehead down. The arms can be in front, or you can bring the arms along the side of the body. And enjoy about 10 breaths here. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest into a seat. You're sitting upright. And walk the hands forward into your table. And come onto your back. Extend the legs long. Bring the right foot to the right edge of the mat. And lift the left leg and cross the left ankle over the right. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Staying like this, or bring the right arm to the right side of the mat. Bring the left arm over and cross the right wrist over the left. Maybe the hands are out. Find a stretch on the left side of the body. Enjoy 10 breaths here. And on your next inhale, unravel the wrists, lift the left leg, bring it over to the left side of the mat. And you're kind of like an elongated starfish. Bring that left foot to the edge of the left side of the mat. Crossing the right leg, the right ankle over the left. Reach the left arm to the left side. And bring the right arm over to the left. Cross the left wrist over the right. Maybe the hands find each other. And feel a lengthening on the right side of the body. Maybe close the eyes. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Sometimes they inch up. And if you need to, you can unravel the wrists. Both hands can just be moving to the left side. Enjoying 10 breaths here. As you feel ready, on the next inhale, Lifting the right leg, the right arm over to the right side. Bring the hands to the belly. Bending one knee, then the other, drawing the feet in closer to the hips. And draw the knees in towards the chest. And gently roll from side to side. Massaging the back against the ground. And if you would like, taking happy baby. So lifting the feet up in the air, the knees come out wide. Placing the hands on the backs of the thighs as the knees move towards the shoulders, or holding onto the ankles, or hands grasping the outer edge of the feet, or the inner arch, or maybe you reach for the toes. And think of how a baby might feel reaching for its toes and then being delighted that it can touch them. I think that's why they call this happy baby. It's just a theory. Can feel nice to rock side to side. Can feel nice to be more still. If you would like, massaging the tops of the toes. That spot where the toe joins the foot. And it can also feel nice to gently press through the heel. Finding a little stretch on the back of the legs. Just really gentle, just a little 2% effort through those heels. Finding stillness, releasing the feet and the arms, setting up for Shavasana. So extending the legs long. It might feel nice if you have a blanket or something to just drape the blanket over the hips or the torso, or the body. Sometimes just a little bit of weight on the body. Help it relax. Bring the hands out to either side. Closing the eyes. Letting the feet fall open. Tucking the shoulders underneath the back. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Put the back of the head heavy against the ground. The upper back. Middle back. Hips. And the legs. The arms. Both fingers and toes. Release. Enjoy these next few minutes and rest.
Becoming aware of your breathing. Staying in Shavasana as long as you would like. If you're ready to conclude the practice, please join me. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Hold on to your favorite side. Taking a breath here in the fetal position, maybe two. Inhale, resting yourself up to seated. Bringing the hands to heart center. Gently bowing the head in a gesture of gratitude for your practice. Namaste. You have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, and I'll see you soon.